All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the markets. We're going to be diving into the crypto, gaming, and metaverse AI sectors today, as there's a lot to cover. We have some big developments this week. We've been talking a lot about the markets. I want to catch up on a couple of big developments this week, some big catalysts for why stuff like MATIC is running. MATIC is running very, very hard, as we're seeing over $1.50 now for Polygon. And Bitcoin over the last couple of hours has rallied to the higher side of 24,000, and we are trying to push towards that 25,000. So let's go ahead and talk about some big developments. Let's talk about why MATIC is pumping continuously. And then I think I'm going to go over some altcoins that I think still have a lot of potential left in this run. I do think this run also has a lot left in the tank. Respect the pump. And I will give you some altcoins I'm looking at, and we'll talk in the chat, and we'll go over some coins you guys are looking at as well. Like the video down below if you enjoy the content here on Banter and on In the Game, and subscribe to the channel for more here every single day and every single week here on Crypto Banter and on In the Game. Also, shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game. Bybit, one of the leading exchanges in all of crypto for your trading needs. NordVPN, always navigate securely throughout crypto. Protect your location, protect your IP address. Whenever you navigate through crypto, use a VPN. NordVPN down below. And SIDUS HEROES, the leading AAA intergalactic experience. Definitely check out their test. It's the beta right now for their Battle Royale app. Definitely check that out. It is a really good experience. The team over there is top tier, and shout out to SIDUS HEROES, our newest sponsors. Link down below for information on all of our sponsors here on In the Game. Let's talk about this Bitcoin chart, 24,750. And really, let's talk about Polygon. Polygon has been a really big catalyst in the news once again this week. It feels like every single week we have news with Polygon. First and foremost, we had the Super Bowl NFTs, which we talked about. They minted over 1.2 million Super Bowl NFTs during the big game. And then we're seeing here Final Fantasy developer Square Enix, who has been teasing that they want to get into Web3 for quite some time now, says that they're going to announce that they will build an NFT-driven narrative game called Symbiogenesis, and they're building it right on Polygon. Yet another score and yet another win for Polygon. And not only are they getting the biggest brands and the biggest businesses in the world, like Meta, Stripe, Mercedes, Starbucks, etc., they're also getting the biggest games. Dr. Disrespect's Dead Drop. Now they're getting Square Enix's Symbiogenesis. I'm going to have to get used to that one. But this is going to be pretty quality, if I have to say so myself. From Final Fantasy developers, this is going to be nothing short of at least a quality game in this space. So I'm really looking forward to that. On top of that, the Polygon adoption is just indisputable. The free Starbucks NFTs are now at floors of $2,000. As you see here, Starbucks gave away Polygon NFTs for free. Now they're going for over $2,000 a piece. Some people didn't really they thought the rollout, they thought it was a little, floppy at first, but it's showing right now that their NFT rollout with Starbucks was very strong. This is all catalyst as to why the chart, let's go to the chart here on Polygon, looks how it does. I mean, Polygon's chart, look at this during this time period. Ever since about the 14th, since Valentine's Day, we've climbed from $1.16 up to $1.51. So MATIC is definitely leading the charge. But the one thing really leading the charge, if you look at the watch lists, is crypto gaming. Let's go to the 24 hours and really the 7 days. You have Senate, you have Magic, 𝗓𝗏, 𝗓𝗏, UFO Gaming, WAGMI Games, Polygon, Illuvium, Gods Unchained, Wilder World, Superverse, Veracity. A lot of projects that we talk about here, are performing really well because this narrative is the next wave. The adoption in this industry is indisputable. And when you look at the next company coming in, you have Square Enix coming into Polygon. You have Sony coming in with their new patent to rent NFTs to PlayStation 5 players and streaming speculators. Or spectators. The patent describes an interconnected system that lets users rent NFTs with artwork or assets from popular PlayStation 5 games. So this industry is indisputable, and it will be one of the biggest sectors to come out of not only crypto, but I think disruption in business and disrupting a traditional model, which is microtransactions in video games. Sony is clearly seeing that too themselves. right? They're joining the likes of Epic Games, Steam, Amazon. Now Sony's getting involved here with their PlayStation 5 patent for NFTs. We're seeing esports players coming in and winning the Dookie Dash for the Bored Ape Yacht Club, as you see esports star Mongrel. Yeah, I said speculators. It's spectators. That's, yeah, Andrew. It was spectators, though, not speculators. Fortnite esports star Mongrel won the Dookie Dash competition, and he listed the key for $3.7 million. So we have FaZe Clan members coming in and competing in NFT gaming competitions. And even if they came only to compete for the prize pool, it was an audience, and he was advertising it on his socials that he was competing in it. And if he was to stream it, it would get a massive, massive pull. And it definitely would be a big win for the space if more esports athletes would stream and come in and play these games. So that's a big win for the space. On top of that, the funding is indisputable. Last week, Limit Break, right before their Super Bowl ad, which didn't really impress many people. We saw that they raised $200 million, and that's a massive chunk of change. We saw also just this week, this is today, an exclusive story, that Yield Guild Games is raising $75 million for a venture fund to double down on Web3 games. We saw that Animoca did $1 billion fund recently. The capital is here, $7 billion raised last year in Web3 gaming. It's indisputable. And on top of that, another market driver in this industry is also the Blur airdrop, right? Blur long-term is not going to look good on the chart, but this is a big catalyst to the market right now. And it's all driving towards this bigger narrative that we're looking at right now in the NFT gaming and metaverse sector, where I think the most potential is, and it's very clear over the watch list that you can see this is where the gains are. 54% over the weeks, 45% over the weeks for stuff like Magic and stuff like SIDUS's Senate token. So what are some projects that haven't really, what hasn't really moved yet? My number one's Avalanche. Avalanche, with the 50 plus games that are already building on Avalanche's blockchain and coming to the blockchain that have active users on their mobile apps. You have Shrapnel coming to the blockchain. This is one I'm definitely looking to have a next leg up, at below $20 for the quality and the amount of product on the chain. Also the Amazon partnership. This is one in Avalanche that I think definitely has a lot of potential in this next leg up, especially if Bitcoin crosses 25,000. Avalanche is probably going to be a very aggressive mover. I like that stack of tokens right there. PYR, Gala, AVAX, and UOS. That's a good stack of tokens right there. 𝗂𝗵, good project. Love MATIC, respect fam. Yep, absolutely love MATIC as well. So just catching up in the chat box. Avalanche is my number one L1 at this moment in time that I think has a lot left in the tank and has a next leg up, especially if we cross through 25,000. I think 𝗏𝗏 is going to continue to run. Only 3% over the last 24 hours. But I think 𝗏𝗏 is going to continue to run. I know Sheldon's very bullish on 𝗏𝗏 too. He's looking for better entries, but I think this will continue to run as well. Vulcan Forge, anything under $4. Anything under $4, I'm really nibbling and I'm really DCAing, because $4 PYR, based on the things that I hear behind the scenes that are going on with their blockchain, the adoption coming to the chain, this is going to be a steal long term. The liquidity just hasn't trickled down that far yet, and I think that Vulcan Forge will catch some of that eventually, as well as Wilder World leading the metaverse narrative. And I think it's loading up for a really big move here. If we go look at the chart, here on the 1 month, I think we're really gearing up to get back to these levels here if we can break through 25,000, because this is where we started DCAing into Wild, and I think this is the next level in play. We break through that 50-cent mark, get up to 55 cents, and I think we could reclaim what we saw here early February with Wilder World, only a $45 million market cap, also one of the top metaverses in the space. Look at the product, and the product speaks for itself. It's undeniable. I think that they look tremendously better than Decentraland, Sandbox, Network, Victoria VR. They are the sharpest metaverse without a doubt. Is PYR on Polygon? You can get the token on Polygon. If you don't know, guys, you can get the token addresses here right on CoinMarketCap. So let's just say Vulcan Forge. You scroll over here, you click more, and you can see it's on Ethereum and the Polygon chain. So you can get this on the Ethereum or the Polygon chain, or if you use centralized exchanges, you can go down here and also see which exchanges it's on. So that is 2 ways to see the contract addresses and as well as where tokens are listed. And let's go over the last couple, and then we'll get to the chat box. I see people asking about tokens, and I know we're close to that point in the show, but let's go over my last couple. I think Veracity is also going to be an aggressive mover here. I think Veracity has been at this resistance level of 1 cent, but once Bitcoin breaks 25,000 and holds above 25,000, and I certainly think it will, I've been saying 24 to 27,000 for quite a long time. And I think Veracity is loading up for another spring upwards. I could definitely see another 20% gain coming out of Veracity, no problem, especially given the market cap. And then Remark. If Polkadot or the Kusama narrative, these different narratives within that Polkadot bubble kind of start to gain some heat, Remark is going to be the biggest gainer out of that sector. They are every single time. And at this market cap as well of $25 million market cap, Remark could be the biggest benefactor if Polkadot or Kusama were to make major moves as well. Those were 5 or 6 that I'm really bullish on right now that I think definitely do have a lot of upside. Avalanche, Theta, Vulcan Forge, Wilder World, Veracity, and Remark. And other than that, looking at my watch list, I'm not DCing. I caught my position at $1.50 on Magic. I'm not DCing more into Magic. I do think it has more in the tank, but I'm not DCing more into Magic. I do think Fetch, only moved 3% over the last 7 days. I think the AI narrative isn't necessarily dead. I think we could see a little bit more upside from Fetch if we continue to see this momentum in the market as well. I like Ultra, and I think Gods Unchained. It's continuing, their player base is consistent or growing, and the transaction volumes there, the game is solid, the ecosystem solid. They're on one of the best blockchains in gaming. So Gods Unchained would be my individual game that I would be looking at right now as well. Now, let's talk about the chat. Let's get into some questions. Let's get into some questions in the chat. What tokens are you guys looking at or have questions regarding? We'll go over a couple of minutes worth of chat. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the show for more every single day here on Crypto Banter. And we have a big interview tomorrow with one of the top projects in the space, one of our favorite projects in the space. So that's going to be exciting as well. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 because I can't say that I'm too familiar with Mbox. Okay, I've seen, yeah, okay, I've seen this project. I'll do some more research. I don't have too much background on this project, to be completely fair. I have seen this project, though. Fetch is still lagging, but we'll catch up soon. Agree. I think Fetch right now, out of the main AI tokens, is loading up for another move upwards as well. If I had to choose one of the main 3 tokens right now within that ecosystem, the AI ecosystem, I think that's the Fetch is the one with another leg up in it. S-Fund will be huge. Agree. I think 𝗕_DeFi is one of the biggest winners out of this market as well. Think about whenever everyone starts staking the 𝗕_DeFi token for all the IGOs, the 50 and 100Xs that the bull market does provide. That's exactly what 𝗕_DeFi is. They're a launch pad incubating crypto gaming and AI projects. Definitely going to be a big winner coming out of the bull market. Gala, very bullish on Gala. Very bullish on Gala. And I think if we break through 5 cents, we could see a lot of momentum as well. My take on Atari, their token, not too bullish. Not too bullish on the Atari token. Think WOSDR will move. It's not doing much. The money hasn't trickled down that far. I think WOSDR will eventually make another move. And it's just kind of just sitting where it is. I think it'll get a little more attention with the stuff that they're doing, the marketing, and they're rebranding a little bit. Thomas and the team are very strong. I do love WOSDR. UOS, absolutely. 150 plus game publishers. That's undeniable on the platform. NFT marketplace. The team is absolutely top tier. So yeah, I love Ultra. And at about 24, 25 cents, it's definitely good accumulation levels, in my opinion. Thoughts on Rune? Not my niche, but bullish long-term, I would say. What's the general sentiment? Bullish? Yeah. So over the last couple of weeks, month or so, I have been consistently saying that 24 to 27,000 was my target. I think we're going to see the upward side of that target, to be completely honest. I think that we're going to see a slow grind up, maybe not even a slow grind, right? Since the last 5 days, we've seen quite a move upwards in the markets. So I think that we're going to see the upside of my call of 24 to 27,000. And we just have to be patient and wait for that and have the conviction, right? I have my position still loaded. I've taken a little bit of profits from the things that have really pumped. And yeah, always be smart. But I do think we still have a little more in the tank. Mikhail, thank you so much for the 27 SEK. We really appreciate that. I don't know who that goes to here at the channel. I don't know what that, I'm sure it goes back to the community, to be completely honest. So thank you so much for that super chat. We really appreciate it. Dan, absolutely. Gaming is where the money is going. The institutions, the studios, the biggest companies in the world, right? Amazons, the Sonys, the Epic Games. Absolutely. This is where the industry where the money is going to be made. And we're going to keep you posted here on In the Game throughout the entire time. Superverse, love Superverse and everything that Leo is doing over there with Imposters and Gigamart. Any comments on PGX or VIS? Dead at this point, I would say. Unfortunate. Fun times. The digital horse racing days are over, in my opinion. Splinterlands will boom. Great project, great team. Altura, smart NFT gaming platform, great low cap, and they are still building. They're pretty quiet. I don't see too many updates from Altura consistently, but they are still building, and they do have a really strong product. So yeah, I do like Altura. 𝗧𝗃𝗄𝗃, best gaming project on Cardano. VeChain, not my niche, but I believe Sheldon's been calling for an upside move on VET. So I mean, I would listen to that. How is D-Race? They're one of the largest projects as far as like I think I saw yesterday. Their Discord numbers are one of the biggest in the space. But like I said, I'm not too bullish on the horse racing narrative at this time. Degenheim, great project. I love the guys over there too. Blocktopia, down the ladder of blockchain metaverse projects, in my opinion. Not my favorite. Wilder World is much better quality. All right, guys. I think we just answered about 10, 12 tokens. We'll go ahead and sign off for the day. Like the video if you enjoyed the show. And if you are rocking with the live stream or the replay, we really appreciate it. And subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with a pretty big interview. I think you guys are really going to like this interview. It was one of our favorite projects, a project we talk about today, and a project that I say all the time in the bull market is going to be one of the biggest winners. I'm super stoked to get into it tomorrow. So we'll get into that on the Saturday show. Like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. And as always, play well, my friends.